council to order. So let's start off with roll call.
Trollbush.
Here.
Van Blaricon.
Here.
Isaacson.
Here.
Flannum.
Here.
Leonard.
Here.
Elkins.
Here.
Okay. I guess we should do the pledge too, as long as you're.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to start out with public comment, and the first thing I have on the list is I'd like to thank Mary Hubner, who brought in unclicky pen, so I don't want to hear any pen clicking. Where we're going. Thank you, Mary, for bringing that to our attention. Okay, second is Amory Area Historical Society would like to speak.
My real name is Palmer J. Sandriel, but I'm known locally as Jerry or other things. I'm president of the Amory Area Historical Society, and I'm joined by, you can come up here too. I would like to see your picture alongside me. Our secretary treasurer, Diane Evans Haley, a retired captain from the United States Air Force. I like to throw that in. She outranks me. We conducted a very successful move thanks to the city of Amory from the hospital to our new maybe permanent location, could be at the professional building owned by Ron Anderson at the corner of Maple and Keller Avenue. I want to thank the mayor for his assistance. He attended several of our board meetings and also really made the contacts that made this location possible. Thank you. And he and his wife are also wonderful supporters of our institution. I also wanted to give a shout out to Sarah Flannum of Johnson Drug. They're a corporate member also, and we're thankful for everybody who wants to participate or help us in our mission. The move was accomplished yesterday, and the city crew did the work, provided the muscles, and Jeff Mahoney deserves a great deal of accolades, I think. And what a nice group of people. We had about 12 people, and we were moved in about 3 hours from the basement of the bank to the location. And it's during the move, we were appraised of some information that Diana is going to share with you that we didn't expect. And it's the reason we're here tonight is because we want to open a dialogue with the council on future activities of the museum.
Jerry.
It's all yours.
All right, I'm Diana Haley. Basically, when we moved into the building, I had a chance to talk with Ron Anderson from Slumberland, who was gracious enough to, well, basically give us that room to use for storage at no cost. But basically, that's what it is, a storage. So we have no area to really set up the museum like we would like to. And so I talked to Ron, and he would be very anxious to have us in that back section of that same building, which is a lot of nice space, about this much space. Would you say, Jerry?
The old Shannon mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, it comes with a cost. And we have, our budget's about $500 a year. So basically what we are asking, if we could start a discussion on how the city of Amory could perhaps financially support us in the rent for that piece of the building. And like I said, we're willing to do fundraisers and whatever else that would contribute to that, but we just don't have the money to pay the rent for that. So it's just a opening up a discussion at this point, so.
And our storage is secure.
Yeah, and it's
We're not
secure.
worried about our storage,
Mhm.
but we'd like to expand it. We want to be a museum, a real museum.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, and we'll be talking to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go with item number 1. MSA change order number 5 for the Keller Avenue project. And I understand Drew's going to talk about that a little bit.
Good evening. My name is Drew Lynn and I work for Untitled Professional Services. On the Keller Avenue job, I was also the construction inspector on behalf of the city of Amory. I thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to do that job. But the item of business that I'm here for, number 1, the change order number 5. So the most important thing to highlight on this change order is that since there was CDBG funding on this project, we had to do a quantity reconciliation. Basically just the summary, it just cancels out all of the extra estimated costs in our contract. So if you were to review change order 5 with me, there were some negative quantities that, or some unused quantities on Keller Avenue. There is some utilities that we didn't need to replace because they were old, et cetera. So there's just extra money that we're taking out of the contract. So you can see that change order 5 is a contract decrease of $99,000. There's some other things to highlight on here. On this change order. Excuse me. There was some additional engineering fees that went into this change order, and they are being assessed onto the contractor because of deficient work. I can go into that more if anyone is interested in that. And then there was also some math errors with on behalf of Eric Barclay and the contractor when trying to estimate some of the quantities for change order 2. So as you go through change order 5, if you were to review it, you can see that there are some additional work authorizations and some change order forms that Eric was just redoing the math on to, create a correct account.
And the deficiencies, was there more than just the concrete issues?
No, there was only the concrete
was-
issues. Flip to that item here. So yeah, there's this piece of paper here that says MSA documented time dealing with acceptance of deficient concrete work. So that started in 1st of June and ended in the 1st of December. This is typical of MSA we document all the time associated with any of our work. So that's how this came about. It also says in the spec that this work should come out of the contractor's final contract amount.
And that's part of the final pay order 7, right? The pay request.
Yep, so
Document is part of that.
change order number 5, it is taken into account in the final application for payment on number 7, which I was told by Dave Rasmussen that the city, they can recommend payment of this application for payment number 7 because all of the wage rate requirements associated with the CDBG funding were approved. So there's no more stipulations with the contractor satisfying the funding. And so MSA is recommending that change order 5 would be approved. Then we'll deal with the next item of business. Is there any questions?
If I might add, Drew, the reason for the change order is we have to, on the pay application that you're looking at next thing on the agenda, we have to have a zero balance there. If we had any type of a positive balance there, DOA is going to come back and say, the project's not done. So it's, the change order is for quantity reconciliation and then also some of those other deducts that we have for the, the concrete issues and time spent on that. Also, I forgot what I was going to say here.
Yeah, that's the main thing, Dave, for sure, is this.
Right.
And, or-
And if you recall, for pay app number 6, that was approved by the council contingent on the wage rate monitoring being up to standards. We do have confirmation that all of the wage rate monitoring and labor standards provisions are now completed. And for both pay app number 6 and for pay app number 7. So those can be signed if they're approved by the city council. So.
Motion to approve change order number 5.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, pay request number 7 then for A1 excavating.
Yeah, so the next item of business is, Paul just said, is this application for payment 7. This will be the final pay application. Things to highlight on this are, this does take into account all of the concrete deductions that was negotiated. And MSA and A1 excavating, we have all gone through these quantities, spent time reviewing each and every line item to make sure that they are the actual installed quantity on Keller Avenue. So there's been things even negotiated to lower amounts. Is there any questions on any of the?
So that amount is $341,587.34.
If that's correct, Paul.
Motion to approve the pay request number 7 for A1 excavating.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Sorry, Sarah, I guess should wait. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Paul, can I have you sign this? Is that all right?
Sure.
I might take this opportunity to, being that these were approved, we will be submitting a final drawdown within the next couple of days for your CDBG funds. There's about almost $400,000 outstanding. We will be drawing down those funds and closing out the project by the end of the year, the CDBG portion of the project. So.
Along with that, I just wanted to say thank you to the city of Amory for sticking through this project. It's been a long project and you guys did a fantastic job on it. And so just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to work for you and hopefully we get to do that again in the future.
Yes, thank you, Eric.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Okay, so as we moved on, number 3 is appointment of municipal building inspector. And I assume that is you. Yes, last, you invite you up to the podium and you sent a lot of information to us, so.
Yeah, I was just sending my stuff out and coincidentally, this was on one of your agenda items for tonight, so it just kind of coincidence.
Okay. Got it.
I sent my stuff over to you. Thank you for looking at it. I just want to do a quick overview of who I am in Maelstrom Inspections and just kind of open up to see if you have any questions and just kind of let that go from there. So, my name is Josh Maelstrom. I'm the owner of Maelstrom Inspections. I live in the Glenwood City area and I have for about 21 years. I started Maelstrom Inspections in 2017 when my family and I moved back from Arizona. I wanted to continue what I transitioned my career into while down there in Arizona, which was building inspections. So like I said, most recently, I've been sending out some information to the surrounding municipalities. I'm glad I caught your attention and thank you for inviting me here tonight. So I would really like to help out your city if there is a need. The rates I charge are very competitive to other inspection agencies, more likely less. A couple of my strong traits are great communication and customer service, both which are needed in this business. Currently, I have contracts with 2 other municipalities, and starting in January, I will pick up 3 more. In addition to that, I am also a commercial electrical inspector for the city of New Richmond and the city of Menominee. That's just a quick overview of me. Again, the packets or the stuff I sent you, I had give you my list of credentials, my fee schedule, proof of insurance, resume, some references, and a contract. With that, are there any questions?
Which
Since
other?
I forgot my tablet. Can you just touch on, so you do residential, you do commercial electric? What all are all the,
I'm certified to do everything except for commercial plumbing.
Okay.
So I could do commercial building,
Mhm.
commercial electrical, and all the UDC items, which I believe your ordinance covers all of that.
Which communities do you inspect for?
What's that?
Which communities do you inspect for?
I got Spring Lake Township and Plum City down in Pierce County. Starting in 2022, I'll be picking up New Haven Township, which is over by Connorsville. Town of Emerald in St. Croix County, and also Boyceville.
With your other work, is you don't think you'll be spread too thin or anything like that?
No, that's actually something I really pay attention to because I don't want to get too
Yes,
thin.
good.
So as I take on communities, that's absolutely what I'm all by myself, so I don't want to be to that point. I know other inspection agencies that can get to that point, so. So as it sits right now with what I have going on, I could probably pick up, 2 to 3 more comfortably.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
So this was brought here because we have a current contract that's up at the end of this month.
Correct.
I think Ben put a copy of the current contract.
Yeah.
I assume we didn't request any additions or changes or anything.
No changes to this. No.
And it does not include a fee schedule either.
Well,
But I know there's been some concern about our current inspector.
Yes.
I can tell you from practical experience and working with at least 7 other building inspectors around this area. Kegley's as good as they are. If there are concerns with Dan, and I have heard some, but what I've also noticed with Dan is that he's able to be talked to and he will research things and find out. And he has actually come back to me and said, you were right, I was wrong. As opposed to some folks from a larger city to the southeast of us who just is atrocious to deal with. They adapt the mentality as inspectors as that well, I'll go along and I got you there. You didn't do that right, or you didn't do that right, and then call me back when you get that done, not go through the whole thing and say, yeah, you have a couple items here that need touch up, and if you can do them and send me a picture, we'll be good and we'll authorize it. Needless to say, those types of inspectors don't float very well with contractors. Cost you extra money, cost you much in aggravation, and most of the guys around here, I've not worked with this fellow at all. He's new to the area, but I imagine I will, because he's in a couple areas that I do service work with, and most of them are pretty good. A couple of them don't know what they're doing, but they only are in a township or two, so I would have no problem reauthorizing Dan.
What city staff's thought? Because you guys work with them more than we do, or at least interact with them from time to
We've
time.
had a couple concerns with Dan, finding this, don't resolve anything. Just getting them to come back for final inspection and stuff is most of what we hear about. Other than that, I haven't heard any reports about his work or anything like that.
I wish we had this fee schedule. Because the cost of inspection, or the cost of doing all this stuff is what's increasing the cost to build in the city. So.
Well, we have a January 5th common council meeting, so maybe we can get some more information and push it off to
Yeah, we have
the 5th. I mean,
your committee of the whole coming up.
I think they were gonna cancel it in December.
Okay.
And I don't think we have one in January either, do we?
It'll be tough with the move. I mean, we could probably put one in somewhere, but
Yeah, I thought Patty said they were gonna pass on the January council meeting.
That's the city's fee schedule, correct?
no.
This fee schedule,
He's done by the inspector. He did present us one initially when he came. I have no idea what happened to it. I looked for it, I cannot find it.
Well, I guess to make sure that we're comparing accurately and fairly,
Yep.
it would make sense to get that and just say, let's wait for that, just to make sure we're not going to be, I agree, it's one of those costs that used to be nothing. They used to have nothing for a building permit and things like that, but now they're an important
I can tell
part
you
of the
that it
cost.
costs $130 to build a garage, so.
Yeah, so I would certainly support that we
I agree.
take this up after we get additional information at our next meeting. Makes sense.
I think because I agree that we should wait before we decide, but we will also not have an inspector after the 31st. And it's his cancellation 60 days notice or something like
it is,
that.
yes.
So, and I guess I would think we should renew the contract and get that work. And then if we decide that we want to make a switch, we give notice and make the switch.
I brought it to Paul, because he was asking about the agenda. It might be worth thinking about making the contract until April. So we
Yeah.
just reappoint the building inspector when we do everything every year. This is a thought I had earlier today. So
That's a good idea.
I think it's January, February, then to look at this, can we
Yeah.
okay the contract for till April reorganization?
well, you can just renew the contract for the year, and then like Chad said,
And
it's a
make sure
60
you have
days
60 days
separation.
notice.
Got it, yes, right.
But I think it's important though that Dan get an updated fee schedule, if there have been any changes, or just a fee schedule, so you know what it is.
I can reach out.
I don't know how you guys decided that there was $130 without the fee schedule, but
That's like, I said, we don't actually decide. He just kind of comes in with the permit with the price on it. It's just, we usually add whatever our zoning permit fee is on top of it. Whoever's getting whatever done. Yeah, I do know his commercial one's different because he doesn't do commercial. I believe Craig still does his commercial inspecting for him.
I guess I would make a
Well,
motion.
I think
Go ahead.
I was gonna make a motion to renew the REM inspecting contract for the year.
I'll second that, however, notify the REM inspecting that we want to get them back on the April to April schedule, so this will be brought back up in April to renew the contract, but renewing it from April to April, just not the first to the first.
Got it.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, closed session, Wisconsin statute 1985 1C, potential police sergeant position, considered employment promotion, compensation or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the government body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility.
Second.
Roll call?
Strobush,
Yes.
Van Blaricon,
yes.
Isaacson,
Yes.
Lanham,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Elkin.
Yes.
Meet me, Eric.
See ya.
You had an easy meeting.
Yeah, what's up, gig?
You had nothing. We need to find something for him.
Jeff the Wallflower.
I think he's had enough headache with that downtown project. He's like, let me go plow a street or something.
There are days where you just want to do something that's.
They've been putting some time in on them stoplights lately.